What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan Inspires, aka the Little Engineer That Could, and welcome back to the YouTube channel where I help engineer success in your life. I'm here to give practical advice to help you become the best version of yourself. So, if you like what you're hearing, be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel because there's going to be more content on the way. With that said, let's get it started. Alright, yo, what up? So, it's the end of October, start of November. We're heading into the end of the year, right? And I know at the beginning of the year, we all had resolutions. And we looking back, or we thinking back about those resolutions, looking at the goals that we set for ourselves and wondering where we might have went wrong or we did right, where we should keep going, and if we should give up. Now, this is for the people who feel like they should give up. We never know what the year would look like going into it, right? At the start of the year, we make these resolutions. We don't have a crystal ball. We can't see what's going to happen to us. Now, you might have run up against obstacles, went through storms. You might have been sidetracked, detoured, whatever it may be. And now you feel like you're spinning top in mud. You feel like you're stuck. You feel like, I should give up. Now, personally, I've been there as well. I've been there and I probably will be there again sometime. It is what it is. At some point in your life, you're going to feel like you should give up. Whether it is on relationships, whether it is on goals, whether it is something to do with your career or personal, you're going to go through that part in your life where you feel like you should just give up. I know it happens a lot to people who are chasing their dreams, chasing their goals, trying to achieve. You're going to feel like you should give up. You're going to feel like you should quit. I remember when I was doing my master's, I feel like that was one of the points in my life, just an example, that I felt like I was ready to quit. I was ready to give up because it was difficult. The environment was difficult. My wife had to move back. I talked about it in my book. My wife had to go back to her home country. I thought that school was just hard at that point. Like the master's program pushed me to the limits. And one day I just made a decision. I'm going to quit. I'm just going to quit this semester, maybe start again after next semester, because I was just in a very low space and a very difficult time. But you don't have to quit. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The title of this video is called Do This Instead of Quitting. Let's get into it. Numero uno, number one. Do this instead of quitting. Reassess your goals. Now, we all have these goals, we all have these expectations that we may be having associated with our goals, associated with people, associated with environments, etc. We may need to reassess our goals, our expectations, because we may be aiming for something that may be long term, when in fact, we should be focusing on the short term things that will lead to that long term. So reassess your goals, reassess whether that goal is actually a long term goal, a short term goal, or a medium term goal. Once we could reassess our goal, we could understand that we may not need to quit. We just need to break this down into smaller goals or have some steps before that bigger goal to achieve. And I mean, you will see that everywhere in your life, right? Like for instance, for myself, I know that there's some goals that I had that was long term. Like for instance, in my career, there was a certain position I wanted to get to. And in my mind, it was like, okay, now that's like a 5-year goal. But when I really thought about it and looked at other people who were doing it, it's actually not a 5-year goal. It's more of like a 10 to 15-year goal based on experience. So I had to reassess that goal because when the 4th year came about and I realized, whoa, I'm not even close to this goal, you start thinking that you're failing at achieving this goal, when in fact is you need to reassess that goal and have a different goal as your short term, medium term goal, and then that still being your long term goal. Now, once you reassess your goals, that's the first step. Reassess your goals and then figure out what's next. And that will lead me to number two. All right, number two, simple, seek support. Now, the Bible says to seek wise counsel. You may be thinking that the goal that you have for yourself is something that you can achieve on your own, or you figured, I can get through this on my own, whatever it is, right? Whatever goal you're trying to achieve, whatever situation you're in. But when you go and you seek support, especially from those who have been through it before you, they can actually give you advice and save you a lot of headache, a lot of turmoil, and even help with that first point, right? Reassessing your goals. So for me, with my masters, seeking support for me looked like, so instead of quitting, seeking support looked like going to the teacher's assistants, meeting with other students to study, and getting that type of support. And that was like a reigniting of the flame. I was able to get motivated again because now I'm getting the support, I'm getting the help that I need to achieve this goal, which was to graduate, to finish this semester, pass this class, and graduate. And even I feel like, again, I wrote about it in my book, when I was going through a hard time after my son was born, or I've going through postpartum, it was actually seeking support through a mentor who was able to guide me and let me know how I can show up the best version of myself for my son and my wife, who at that time was going through postpartum. So, seeking that counsel, seeking that support can really help you elevate and also keep you from quitting, giving you that spark again, giving you direction, giving you that motivation to keep you going. So, before we go on, I ask a question: who's in your corner? Who's the one when you get punched in the face by life and you get an uppercut from life and your knees are weak, palms sweaty, you're ready to be knocked out, you're ready to throw in the towel and quit? Who's in your corner that you can go to and they could help you reassess your goals, reassess your strategy, and send you back in the fight way more equipped, way more informed, way more motivated to take on what you have in front of you? So think about that question. And let's get into number three as well. Third and final tip. This one is really easy. It's to take a rest. Take a rest, step back. When whatever you do, do not quit. So here's how it's going to go. You never know how much stepping away, pausing could help you and prevent you from actually quitting. Now, there's a difference between quitting altogether and saying, yo, I'm done with this, than pausing and just taking a break away from whatever that thing is, whatever it is you're working towards, and just pausing for self-care reasons, taking a rest, going and take a nap, going for a walk. I mean, a simple example of this, and it happens to a lot of people. Think about when you're working on a project, or you're working on a PowerPoint or CAD drawings if you're an engineer, or you're working on a simple thing as assembling furniture or something, and you're just like so tense. I know, especially for like the modeling I used to do in CAD work, you would be working on it and things are not working out, or you're not able to do this feature or use this feature properly at the time. You take a step away, you come back, and as soon as you get back into it, you were able to figure out what you were stuck on for an hour, 2 hours. Well, that's a simple example, but if you're chasing this dream, this goal, and you realize that it's taking a lot out of you, you may need to just pause, because that pause could then reignite that flame. As I said before, it might get you motivated again, because that rest now allowed you to go tend to your mental health, go tend to your physical health, and now you're rejuvenated. Now you're ready to attack. Now you're ready to go again and go behind the goals that you have set for yourself. So taking rest, even God rest on the seventh day. he took a rest too. If he can take a rest, we can take a rest. So be sure that you pause, but don't quit. Rest, but don't quit. You can still keep going after you pause. After you pause, take a rest, resume, and you keep going again, and you pause, rest as much as you can, as much as you need to ensure that you get to that final goal, achieve that final goal, get to that final level, whatever it is you're aiming for. So that's the third point: rest, don't quit. Okay, that wraps up this video. That was the 3 things that we can do instead of quitting. Number 1 was reassess your goals. You might need to readjust your strategy, reassess the goals. You might need a short-term goal that leads you to a medium-term goal that leads to that long-term goal that you have. Number 2 was seek support. There are people who've gone before you. There are people who are in your corner who are able to help reignite that flame, who are able to help you, or you may need that extra support to help you achieve the goal. And number 3 was rest. Don't quit. And when I say rest, when I say pause, please know that if you do rest, if you do take a step back from chasing your goals, chasing that whatever it is, that doesn't make you a failure, because you're not stopping, you're pausing and then resuming to chasing that goal. So those are the 3 things. And please, 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 if you get nothing else from this video, please know that is at that very time that you feel like giving up, that's when we usually see breakthrough. Think about that meme that they have of the guy digging for diamonds, and he's right at the cusp, but he gave up right before he could get to the diamond. So just know that oftentimes breakthrough comes right at the cusp of us feeling like we need to give up. Yo, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you think this video is valuable, yo, do me a favor, y'all, share this video with somebody else, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're liking this content, hit the notification, and there will be more videos uploaded to this YouTube channel. Before I go, comment below, y'all, what is one thing you're struggling with right now that you're going to give another try? Comment that below, and I'll be down in the comments answering, backing y'all up, encouraging y'all. See ya. Oh yeah, before I leave, remember, I'm the little engineer that could. And if I could, you could.